Okay, hello, welcome to your storm update. The squall line has just passed us in Mineola, and that was very, very intense. You could see here, it's very intense. I would say estimating 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, absolute torrential rain, some of the heaviest rain I've ever seen move through. And thank God we still have power. So here's the line, and it's moving pretty rapidly too. So by the time I upload this, it's probably going to be well into Suffolk County. But here's the radar you can see here. Look at that thing go. I mean, that's incredible right there. Really incredible squall line that we just had pass through here. Flash flood. I don't know, not know why they have not issued. That should have had a severe thunderstorm warning on that line because there was some very strong winds. Let's look at the radar. This radar here as well, and you can see again. There's the line into Nassau County. Really incredible winds with this line. Absolutely incredible winds with it. So let's go take a look at the other radar. Oh, so we can go high resolution radar here. Let's see if we can get the high-resolution radar on this. So this is the line. Flash flood warning in effect for Nassau County. You can see here's the line right here. Wow, incredible line to see this in January of all times. And this is associated, again, with the severe weather that we had with that storm system that down south. They had a number of tornadoes with it. This is not a surprise at all. This is what it looks like on the satellite, by the way. Look at it, just racing eastward. The good news is it's racing eastward, so I think we may actually get some clearing by the morning at the line, at the rate this line is going here. We may actually see the sunrise tomorrow, but this is incredible. Look at that. Look at that go, man. So let's take a look at our observations right now and see if anybody has recorded any crazy wind gusts with this line at all, because JFK, let's see, they had a peak wind gust of, let's see what their peak wind gust was, just 54 miles an hour, so maybe they didn't get into it, but I'll tell you, it was pretty intense here when it moved through, very intensely. Farmingdale's got a wind gust of 45 miles an hour with the heavy rain, and a peak wind gust of 55 with this line that moved through. We have coastal flood warnings in effect, flash flood warnings in effect as well, storm warnings, high wind warnings. That all continues tonight as this line moves eastward. Just incredible amount of energy with this line. The line's probably, let's see if we can follow this line now. It's probably well through Mineola now. It might be at Route 110. It might actually be already past Route 10. I'm thinking it is probably past them already. You can see how these flags are really, look at them moving around here. Absolutely incredible. We're not done with the storm yet, but that might have been the worst part of it, is that line that moved through that squall line. Very intense squall line with that. Let's see. No camera there. Let's see. No camera feed here. Are all these down in Deer Park? Or let's see if it's hit Deer Park yet. But it was really, really intense. And yes, I have a video of it for you. I had to go out and look out my door and see just what it looked like, a hurricane out there for about 5 minutes. It was absolutely incredible to see. Let's see. I don't think it's hit Pioneer Drive yet, the line. So let's see what we got here. By the way, News 12, all over the South Shore. I mean, they're just not giving a damn about the middle of the island at all. All about the South Shore. And meanwhile, if you go to look at News 12 New Jersey, they did a much better job covering the whole state. Somebody in Central Jersey, in Middlesex County, somebody at the Jersey Shore, somebody in Paterson in North Jersey. I mean, but our News 12, they only care about the South Shore. It's just obvious that's the way it works here on Long Island. It's all about the South Shore. Let's see if the railroad had any issues with that squall line coming through and caused any problem. Yep, Oyster Bay down wires on the tracks at Glen Cove. So we have a suspension on the Oyster Bay line right now due to down wires at Glen Cove. And we have signal trouble near Wyandanch as well. And there was debris on the tracks as well. There's debris on the tracks on the Babylon branch. I know there's debris on the tracks on the Ronkonkoma line too as well earlier on. So we're starting to see those impacts to the railroad right now as this line has wound up moving through a power outage situation. Let's refresh this and see what we've got here. We're up to 34 off 7. I'm surprised it's not higher. This number is probably going to go up a lot after that line came through. You can see some outages in the middle of the island. North Shore, hardest hit again. Lots of outages in the usual areas. Brookville, Oyster Bay, Glen Cove. They say down wires across the tracks. We have big outage in part of Port Washington North and Sands Point. And making our way further east, we have Huntington that's being affected by a cluster of smaller outages. Barely anything out east in Suffolk. The line has not hit there yet. South Shore of Nassau, barely anything as well. I mean, it's amazing how we're getting all this wind, and there are not that many outages on the South Shore at all. There's Not that many at all. A few smaller ones. And even middle of the island really doing better than I expected at this point. The North Shore, obviously, when it comes to power, the North Shore is obviously the worst place to be because you have all those big old trees and they're just just don't do well in these kind of storms, unfortunately. JCP&L is doing a lot worse, closing in on 50,000 people without power right now. JCP&L has a lot of outages all over Ocean County. Well, some over Ocean County. You can see some in northern parts of Toms River Township, Manchester, scattered all about here. Freehold, hardest hit. Again, Monmouth County being the hardest hit area. And we were looking at the townships. So let's do the outages by county again. And you'll see Monmouth is at 21,000 people without power, followed by Ocean County, hardest hit counties. And then Hunterdon as well in the northern part of the state there. So they're really dealing with some pretty hefty outages over there. Let's see how Con Edison is doing. Con Edison outage map. We'll go look at that and see how they're doing. Con Edison. Let's see. They've got some outages in Staten Island, it looks like. Oh, yeah, quite a few, actually. Look at this. Wow. It looks like this whole area of Staten Island, this whole southwest area, it's Pleasant Plains area, has a big outage right now. Let's go to the total, though. Can we go to menu here? All right. So we have 11,000 customers without power in Con Edison territory right now. A lot of them in Queens and Staten Island. Let's see how Westchester's doing. Westchester also some outages as well. So we're seeing some outages there as well. We can go to the power outage U.S. map as well if we want to do that. You can see now the whole tri-state area except for Connecticut's in the red. New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. New Jersey, the whole state has 127,000 customers without power. And again, a lot of these are Atlantic City Electric customers also in extreme southern New Jersey as well, seeing a lot of outages there. Monmouth County, Hunterdon County, New York, 181,000. You can see really badly hit well upstate here in these areas here because they've had a lot of flooding and the wind just brought down probably a lot of trees onto power lines, and we're seeing a lot of problems up here in upstate New York as well with the power outages. Connecticut so far only seeing 1,000. They haven't gotten into the wind yet. Connecticut will be the next to feel the effects of this storm for sure. So really intense storm here. Let's go back to the 511 New York cameras and see if this has hit the Sagatosh yet, this line. I'm kind of curious if it has hit them yet because when that line came through, it was intense. Let's get to that radar again. Let's get to the radar. Let's see where this is at. Probably hasn't reached that. Yeah, it's still at, it looks like it's at the county line, so maybe more like Route 110. This radar does run a little bit behind. Let's see, that last image was at 42, so let's go. This line is something else, though, so if you got nailed by this thing, you are going to feel it for sure. Let's go a little closer to Route 110 here. Oh, yeah, it's hitting them now. All right, so it's hitting Route 110 now. Let's see what we get. Come on. That's the one, really? Why is that camera moved over there like that? You can't even see the road. You can see the trees moving. Let's go over here. Yeah, I don't know if they're into it. I think they might have passed them or not. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why that camera's over there like that. Let's go to this one. Yeah, they're in it. They're in it. You can see it's really teeming there right now. So they're in it right now. So as we speak, it's affecting Route 110 now. We're seeing again really, really torrential rains here. Look at that. This is exactly what I got in my video. Very, very strong winds from this. Very strong winds. You could hear it roar when it was coming through. Absolutely incredible squall line that I had to check it out to see this because this was incredible to see in January, let alone in January. Remind you, it's January, all right? That we're seeing squall lines, but yeah, you can see it's definitely moving through right now in Suffolk County right now. By the entrance there to SUNY Farmingdale, it looks like they're really seeing it really rip. Yeah, this is the line moving through right now into this area. Really very strong winds with this. You can see those flags just moving around there. That's absolutely incredible, and that's exactly what we saw when it moved through. Let's make our way north up to the LAE. I can't even see anything over there. I wonder if they've lost power or they have an outage. Yeah, here's a good view of it. So here you go. This is Northern State at Route 110. Take a look at take a look at all those power poles there moving, the light poles moving. Incredible amounts of wind with this line. This is a very fierce, intense squall line that is now entering Suffolk County right now as we speak. So really, we just got nailed here in Nassau County by this line. It was absolutely incredible to see. And it is now moving into Suffolk County right now. And you see here, look at that. I mean, that is just incredible. Look at that wind just moving. That's exactly what I got on my video. It was a challenge to try to keep the lens dry as this rain was just going everywhere. But really incredible to see. It was, wow. I just, look at that. Look at how that camera is moving. Look at that. This is exactly what we went through. So, can we get that a larger screen, please? Yeah, we can do larger here. Larger, back to tab. I don't know. It doesn't want to go larger. No, or maybe that's the button. Nope. All right, there. Where we go. You can sort of see it there. Very, very intense. Very intense line. Probably not any easier to see zoomed out. But really intense line here moving through. So that's moving through Suffolk County. As we speak, it's actually entering Suffolk County. So, line, if you're in Suffolk County right now, this is what's heading your way. And again, expect extreme wind gusts, 60 to 70 miles an hour with this line, at least 50. So, say 50 to 70. Very torrential rain, and it's going to really it's going to be really intense when this line moves through. Let's see if we can get some more wind gusts here out of this thing. I'm surprised there aren't any more. What do we got? As far as we don't have any, see the winds have dropped off once that line moved through. So that was the worst part of it. Seems like it's moving a little faster than we thought. 41 mile an hour wind gust here in Oyster Bay with the line. They already gusted to 53, it looks like. 59 mile an hour wind gust at Farmingdale right now with this line. So they've now gusted to 59. So almost 60 mile an hour wind gust there at Farmingdale. So as this line moves into Suffolk County, this is what you're going to get into. It's going to be really damaging stuff. 51 mile an hour wind gust also at Jones Beach, or Gilgo Beach, I should say. Let's see if we can get the latest power outage numbers. We're up to 4906 now on this line, so 4906. I am surprised these numbers aren't higher. I really am. It's a freaking miracle that we're not seeing the numbers that Jersey is seeing yet. For whatever reason, Jersey has gotten it worse so far, it seems, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we'll see what this number does once this line starts breaking its way across Long Island. But that's going to wrap up this weather alert right now, and hopefully we don't have any power outages, and I can provide you with another weather alert in about, I would say, an hour's time.